Alright, so we're doing the transmission fill today, and let's see, we'll get a shot. So there's the drain, there's the fill plug. You can see I'm already filling mine, but what you want to do, always crack the top one first, then open the bottom one. When you go to torque these back on, they both go to 58 foot-pounds. So, because I have such small clearance under here, I've elected to just take a hose from up top. So what I do is I have just this really thin pan. I crack it open, I lower the car back down so everything is level, and then I feed that in from up top. So what I'm trying on this one is, years ago I was in a thread on Coupe where people were trying to figure out the best fluid, mixing different oils together, and somebody said this was supposed to be a pretty good one. I was using, well, I can't remember the stuff I was using. It was another synchro mesh. I'll put it on the screen what I was using, but I heard somebody saying this was good and cheap compared to, there's like that LIQUI or something like that that Mitsubishi uses, but that stuff could be super expensive. So what I did was a quart of this stuff and then 150 milliliters of this Cera, because, as it actually says, treats 5 liters, so you don't want to put the whole thing in. And then to measure it all, what I did was I just took a funnel, poured it back in, measured about 150 milliliters, and then I will pour that in, and then we'll pour that in up through the top here. We'll watch it go down there, and I'll give you kind of some impressions of if the shifting's any smoother. Have the most extreme type of shifter that you can get with this Cooler Works, and this is a shift knob that I made myself, and for people that aren't familiar with this Cooler Works shifter, it basically hard mounts to the chassis, so around a little bit until I get it warmed up. You can see the car drives pretty poorly when it is not warmed up, and there's a little bit of traffic, so. But I know that it's probably hard to tell, or impossible to tell, but even with how aggressive this shifter is, this is the smoothest that this transmission has ever felt to me. So, especially once you get the oil up to temperature, this AC Delco with Cera added to it definitely makes it noticeably smoother. I didn't have very high hopes because I've tried about 3 or 4 different combinations on top of the factory stuff, and nothing was that great. So I think a lot of it has to do with the Cera added to it, because I had previously been using AMSOIL, and the AMSOIL stuff is great, you know, just like all their products are great, but this transmission just has a lot of issues trying to get it to shift smoothly. It definitely feels like when you're pulling it out of gear that it just wants to slot kind of perfectly, almost like it's pushing it into gear with you. Now, I do have this taller shift knob and it's weighted and all that, so based off of my past experience with this shifter, it's not all the shifter that's making it feel that good. Having it solid mounted helps you select the gates very well.